Hello guys, and welcome back to the crew calling all units Raging Bull Summit Qualifier Saturday skills. That's where we are. We have a speed skill, a scramble test and a precision test. We'll start with the speed skill. Using a drag car here in 4th gear. But it's a twisty bumpy road. It's not that easy with the keyboard, although I do play on wheel settings here, but there are a few difficulties in this track. Like for instance this part here, you have to be very careful or you lose it here. Then you have these two jumps here where you often lose the multiplier if you have a bit of too hard landing. $13,853, which at the time was good enough for 12th spot. The first guy is Alt Enter, pretty sure. If you load the Ghost, he's way slower than I am, and he scores like 2,000 points more. That is Alt Enter. That's also Alt Enter. That I don't know, maybe, probably. From Sarega on, it will be like normal scores. That's sort of what seems to be the case. People who drive with a wheel and are pretty good at it, or with a gamepad, can score 14,200, something like that. The 15,000 and all, that's for sure Alt Enter. Precision skill test, also with a drag car in 3rd gear this time, because it's pretty twisty and heavy braking needed here and there. Play around with the throttle as well, not that easy to do. Already here you have to jump into that, and that's, yeah, especially with the drag car, that's pretty tricky. Heavy braking here. I can probably do at least one more gate, maybe 2 more gates, but I don't know. One for sure, so I can probably score 11,200 something. And that would be good enough for, let's see, yeah, 2nd place, 1st place at this moment, but the scores have gone up meanwhile. I'm 7th or 8th with this time. But what if you don't like to drive a drag car, or you can not really handle it on this precision? Then you can also take a bike. And this is probably not the best run with the drag that I've just shown, because I think I can do one more gate. But it's way easier if you do it with a bike, and you sort of score the same. You sort of score the same gate. Kawasaki Z1000 I'm using here, and I'm gonna make it to the same gate. The only problem is you cannot make the corner at the end there, which I did with the drag car, so probably if I get it a bit more together, I can do one more gate with the drag car, or maybe 2, but I think 1. But the Kawasaki has a pretty good handling, and you don't lose that much compared to a drag car on this track. That's probably the last gate that you're going to hit. We had 10,721 with the drag car, 10,678 with this one. So that's only 40 points less. That is that's time points, because a gate is about 500 points you get. So we are scoring the same gate, just can't make the turn at the end here with the bike, which you can do with the drag car. So it probably can do one more gate or 2 more gates with the drag car, but that's about it. So even with a bike you can score a pretty high score on this precision skill test. In general, drag cars are only going to be faster, but this is twisty bumpy road, so the bike is an option if you can't handle the direct car. Which leaves us with the Scramble. Also that one, special one, it's one of those 5 which are sort of made to do with a monster spec because it's full of rocks. Unless of course you have the texture bug and there are no rocks. And if for rocks, then we usually end up with the hammer. A bit tricky as well. Sort of have to play around with the throttle on the rocks itself, and then the bike keeps going. And I just saw that I lost a multiplayer there, so I actually missed the gate. Which means also here improvement is possible. Can probably do one more gate at the end, and I also missed one gate I saw. But that was still good enough for second place at the time. And even now it's still good for third, I believe. So can definitely be done. The hammer for the Scramble test, hammer monster spec that is. For the precision, a drag car, and if you can't handle a drag car, the bike is definitely an option if you use the Kawasaki Z1000, which has pretty good handling there. Yeah, speed skill, that is for sure the drag car if you want to get the fastest times. And but yeah, not paying too much attention to the speed skill because at the end you know that I think already now the top 3 or top 4 are using Alt Enter, and by the end of the week more people will do so. That was it for Saturday Skills. I will see you guys in the next one, and bye for now.